This and the Stone Message, as well as the minigun, might be my favorite, like designs of the 2020 season. I love this sparkliness. I don't know if you can see it, but here we are, with the Dirty Fish under the Pretty Light, on the table, and you can kind of get an idea of like the true shape of this board just by looking at here and seeing kind of, the difference in width between the nose and tail, which doesn't seem like too much, but, kind of see like how little tail there is, how much nose there is, what the side cut depth is doing based on the table here. And then take a look at this camber. It seems flat to maybe a touch of rocker, but it's a very, they call this hybrid camber, and that might be what it is. But, maybe it's like a millimeter of camber and this just didn't cure correctly because it's a demo, or 2 millimeters. Like you could see a little bit of bend on the barrel, which they say that they have the same camber. But demo models are different. But let's get into widths here. People want to know the widths over the inserts. So let's start with the back insert here. Looking at just about 28 centimeters off the tail, which is nice and wide, and then about 27.6, 27.7 off the front. Now let's go to the front insert off the back here, and you're looking at like 29.7, 29.8. Wait, did I do that right? Yep. Nope, I sure didn't. I had it caught in the wrong place. Let's try that again. 28.7, maybe even 28.8. And then off the front, you're looking at 29.5 about. So that's, pretty wide. Let's talk about now what the Dirty Fish does when it's set all the way back. Talking about directional float here, because there's setback on side cut and setback on board, difference between nose and tail, that kind of thing. So at a 21.25 inch stance width, set all the way back with traditional disc bindings, you can go 21.75, a little further back with minis, but we're talking traditional disc because that's still barely the standard. There's so many mini discs out there. You're looking at a difference of 7.75 inches between the nose to the back insert and the tail to the back insert, or 3.875 inches back on board. Now, if you go from the center of the tail here, you can see this tail kind of just is a little longer than the barrel. Going from center tail here, you're looking at an 11.5 inch difference between nose and tail, and where is it? And 5.75 inches back on board, which is really far back. So you can see you can get a lot of directional float on a powder day, and it really does a good job for that. Probably, we don't know, we didn't get powder, unfortunately. But look at this nice black base. Just minimal die cut in the top. The die cut's done well, you can feel it, but it's not that bad. They put a lot of structure in this base, and we had to detune it in the conditions we had because it just tracked, it wouldn't let go. And we talked about that above, but once we got it detuned, it was great. Hopefully, this demo model will not be the same in production, because you can kind of hear that. But anyways, there you have the Dirty Fish under Pretty Light on the table.